Happy 3 weeks to Christmas to all you junkies out there. Welcome back to Culture Junkies Live. I'm your host, Kenshiro. Tonight we're going to be talking about the rumors that a Superman game is finally coming out from Rocksteady, excuse me, the makers of the Batman Arkham Asylum games. But exactly what would a good Superman game look like? So we're going to debate that. We're also going to debate a few other topics, including the increasingly great reception for Aquaman, but will it take the top box office spot this holiday season? And talk a little bit about some of the Netflix offerings that were announced just yesterday or the past couple of days. But introducing who's going to be on the show with me tonight, Mr. GQ. What's up, brother?
Not too much. This will be an interesting night talking about the long-awaited, possibly good Superman game. So we'll see what happens there.
Exactly. Yeah. We're also going to be talking to Miss LGZ. How you doing, lady?
Hey, everyone. How are you doing? Doing awesome. Trying to recover and recoup from Thanksgiving.
Too much turkey. Still got that Thanksgiving hangover going. I feel you. Fallen Marvel checking in. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just doing my recovery thing too from Thanksgiving and of course the Black Friday weekend, Cyber Monday, and whatever today may be. So
yeah, right. I feel you.
Day, yeah,
right. And but last but not least, junkies, I want to welcome back someone who hasn't been on the show in quite a long time, but she's finally back after a very long hiatus. Miss Krystal is back on the show. How you doing, girlfriend?
Hey, y'all. Long time no see.
Right.
I'm not recovering from Thanksgiving because I'm still eating leftovers.
Yeah, she lives down in sunny Florida, so you know they do it kind of a little bit different down there. It's crazy land, and I don't know. Maybe Krystal kind of she fits right in down there. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Does she fit in down in Florida with all her crazy, wild bleach hair and her nice setup with Steven Universe behind her and all that other kind of stuff? But we missed you, girl. What you been up to all this time that you've been off?
I have been trying not to be homeless and poor, and I think I'm doing pretty well so far.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say you're doing pretty good at that. But little baby Khan is also, you know, like 2 years old now, and it's been a while. Yes. Yeah, say hello to the world. The future world conqueror himself, perennially in the top knot. You gotta love that. Taking after his baby daddy, Jason Momoa, right?
Of course. I'm just waiting for that child support to come in, though.
It's gonna be a long time coming. You're gonna be waiting for that.
Yeah, I know.
Long time coming. So anyway, guys, we hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. A great Black Friday as well. What did everybody kind of come away with from Black Friday? I know the Fandrin hacked our feed and put out a video with some stuff that he got from Black Friday. I abstained this year because I kind of had to. But what did everybody else kind of come away from Black Friday? What's your big Black Friday get that you got this year?
Well, me personally, I just got movies and games because I don't care about Thanksgiving. I care about the shopping. So, but movies and games, that was my main purchase.
Okay. Anybody else go out shopping?
I didn't get anything.
Didn't get anything. But you guys supposed to
go shopping.
You guys got to support this thriving economy that supposedly we're supposed to be having. We're supposed to be shopping, spending all that hard-earned cash, all taking advantage of them Black Friday. Too many fights. That's why you shop on Amazon. Or you be like Chris, just take a handheld weapon with you at all times. Or if his hands are the weapons, if the case has to be that way. Fight people off,
Well,
hey.
In all honesty, I mean, shopping for movies and games, nobody really fights you because you're getting stuff that
Right.
you have plenty of. But if you go after craptastic doorbuster TVs that are 4 or 5 years old and basically refurbished pieces of trash, then go right ahead.
Yeah, right. Hey, did you see that video? It was going around Facebook. I think it was a couple of days ago, but it was at a Walmart in Kentucky, and these two women were fighting. But the one girl had other girl put her in a triangle choke on the floor at Walmart. Dude, it was crazy.
Man, if nobody stopped that, like her ass would have got choked out.
For real. Put her in a.
If two people are fighting, let them fight. Who cares what happens?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to jump in and stop it. If you kill somebody, then that was their time to die. So, first problem was being at a Walmart in Kentucky. So that was the first mistake.
Well, I mean, you know, there is Cyber Monday too, and Mike Riley's checking in. He says he won big on Cyber Monday. Share with us what you got on Cyber Monday. Did anybody else partake of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, any other kind of stuff? Anybody partake in any of that?
I did.
Yeah, what'd you get?
I bought a gift, so
you bought a gift?
I got a huge Jaller horn. So
what?
Pretty, but
Jaller horn?
A huge jobber horn?
Jaller horn? What? Is that what she said? Jobber horn? Oh wait, it's like one of them cornucopia things? Whoa!
Oh, you got the thing from a video game.
Whoa! That's the Destiny gun, isn't it?
Hold on. You spent a lot of money on that, but you're giving it away?
Yes, because I'm an amazing gift giver.
No.
This is why lots of people should have me as a friend.
So,
no. First of all, you broke rule number 1. You never ever give away anything more than you spent on yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I spent on myself?
Well,
no, you said you spent a lot of money on that. First off, I would have given that to myself. Everybody else gets $20 gifts. Are you kidding me?
$20 gift cards. Yeah, I feel you.
Gifts. Oh my god.
See, haven't you missed being around him?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh man, but that Gallahorn is pretty sweet though. How much did that run you, if you don't mind me asking, with the savings? Like, we talking 1 bill, 2 bills, 3 bills?
If she did the smart thing, she went to GameStop and got 30% off of it.
Don't ruin the surprise. Don't ruin the secret. I want people to think I spent a lot of money.
Okay.
All right.
Again,
all right.
I am an expert shopper, so you can't run any of that past me. I know where you shop. I know how you shop, even if you don't know me.
I also got the hookup too. So
you got the hookup.
Nothing wrong with that.
So you seduce somebody into giving you that a sweet deal on that? Is that what you're saying?
You know, show a little cleavage, wear a little makeup, takes you a long way.
Ah man, we missed having you on. You so fun, you so much fun. Anyway, guys, we're gonna.
Somebody said they got Hulu for 99 cents a year.
I mean, hey, that's that. Well, 99 cents a month for a year. That was the deal.
It says 99 for a year.
Yeah, no, I know it wasn't no 99 a year. It was $99 a month a year. But that's.
Mr. Riley said he got a paintball gun and gifts for people. So that's what he said.
That's cool.
Yeah, shop small Saturday.
Yeah, and he won Shop Small Saturday, so that's pretty good.
Well, Top Notch Grizzly, man.
Yeah, Top Notch Grizzly. Absolutely. Gotta wear that product on the beard, have it nice and shiny and smooth. It's very nice. So let's get to the topics of the day. The first topic we're going to talk about, Netflix kind of hit everybody with a lot of cool announcements the past couple of days. First and foremost, the biggest one being that Cowboy Bebop is going to be a live action TV series exclusive to Netflix. That's a pretty big get. A lot of people have been asking for a Cowboy Bebop live action for forever. And we'll debate the merits of whether that'll be good or not based off of the live action Death Note that they produced not too long ago either. But they also announced a 3D animated Ultraman that's getting ready to come out. Looks pretty cool. And on top of that, Neon Genesis Evangelion is also coming to Netflix next year. So they're really big onto some of the anime properties, and they're really pushing those. What did you guys make of some of the announcements? And, you know, are you excited for any of them?
For me, it's going to be Cowboy Bebop, obviously. But again, because of things that have been said about the Death Note movie, and it's just, I mean, I like to think that maybe they have learned some lessons since then, because some of their original stuff has been really good.
Really good.
At least this year, or 2018, has been pretty good. So maybe they've learned their lesson. They could actually crank out a pretty good adaptation. So we're just gonna have to wait and see for that, for the most part. So that's pretty much my 2 cents. I'm not really too hyped about Evangelion, because Evangelion was just like such a very weird series that I could never truly understand. So it's probably in part because I watched my first introduction to Evangelion was the movie. So I didn't understand what was going on and how it was happening and who, what, when, and where. So I just got turned off from the series. So that's all I can really say about that.
I mean, yeah, Evangelion is an acquired taste for if you haven't seen it yet. And you're an anime fan, I think it's very confusing. It's definitely going to mess you up as far as like the mind. I don't know, but for me, I think it's going to be really kind of cool for a lot of people, especially in this generation that haven't seen it before, that they can maybe see it for the first time and kind of draw their own conclusions to it. But what did you guys think of that, like the Ultraman and the other stuff? Like, was anybody like an Ultraman fan growing up as a kid?
Yeah,
outside of Superhuman Samurai.
I mean, but that's not really Ultraman. I mean, I get you, but that's not really Ultraman.
It is, but
yeah.
I mean, I get it, but like, I think beyond that, like, I'm Ultraman for the most part is still kind of foreign to me. So I guess like it'd be an introduction to me, and depending on how it is, it might make me tempted to look at some of the older stuff. But
you know,
I mean,
and you know, GQ, I want you to talk to this because you mentioned your brother, you know, really liked Ultraman, and I think, you know, our friend Andre really loved Ultraman as well. Even as a kid, I thought Ultraman was just really hokey and just really bad. Like, the effects never measured up. I never got it because he seemed like in every episode, it seemed like Ultraman was just getting beat down and like he desperately had to pull out like a finishing move. He never dominated. He was always getting his ass kicked. And just at the end.
That's how a lot of those shows were, though. I mean, it was, you know, again, it was what it was. It was for the time. It was, you know, mid to late 70s. So I mean, it was what it was. I mean, for them, for over there, it's like, okay, this is the infancy of a lot of our TV shows and our stuff, and Godzilla was popular, you know, man in a suit thing. So let's do Ultraman. So I mean, you know, my older brothers liked it. I didn't get it or care about it when I was a kid. Translator Z was the only thing that Japanese import at the time that I thought was actually really interesting to watch. Obviously, you know, known as Mazinger Z. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Ultraman I was never really bonded with. It was like, yeah, okay, I remember they even came out with like an Ultraman, I think Super Nintendo game or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
and that was lame. Like, yeah, it was terrible.
I'm like, every time you guys bring this up, it's like,
right.
I ain't feeling it.
You know, that's the only time Ultraman-esque, like, game-wise was good. Remember that game, King of the Monsters, that was on Neo Geo? That was the only time, like, an Ultraman type thing was cool. But other than that, it was just, I didn't really care.
And I think that's always been the issue with that series. But I mean, again, there's going to be people that like it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's an audience for everything. Evangelion, Fallen Marvel's 100% right, is a very, very strange anime, but for me, I've seen the whole thing.
Do you understand it?
Yeah, I mean, bring it to a new generation of fans. That's fine. I have absolutely no problem with that. I really don't understand why you got some people that are probably going to try to be gatekeepers and like, I was watching.
Oh yeah,
and stuff like that. But it's like, It's like, dude, y'all are gatekeeping, but Dragon Ball is like, if you want to be serious, the original Dragon Ball fans could gatekeep all anime away from you guys.
Absolutely.
Because guess what? Dragon Ball ushered in all of this stuff that you're getting now. So let's just be real. All the Dragon
That's
Ball
true.
haters, Dragon Ball. No, Dragon Ball is the reason you have any of this extra stuff to watch.
Absolutely.
But when it comes down to it, my favorite episode of Ava is when my man was ripping him apart and the blood was flowing all over the city.
Oh, you talking about what was that? I think it was Ava Unit 3 was like just going berserk or something like that. And yeah.
I forgot which episode number it was or whatever. But I mean, to me, that's my favorite part of the entire series.
And Shinji was trapped inside, and he was just watching his friend just get ripped apart. Yeah.
Right. That to me was like, okay, I can watch this. Every anime needs that something like that to pull me in, because a lot of these animes are getting too daggone long. One Piece has been on for 75 years.
I can't do it, dude. Yeah, I can't do it.
It's like you can't jump in the middle of Gundam at all. You can't jump in the middle of Naruto. It's like there's no jump in on a lot lot of these. You just can't.
I mean, Gundam, you kind of can,
because there's different Gundam series. I get that. Yeah, what I'm saying is, there's so many of them are so long running now. It's just like I don't.
Right, because if you're not even though you can binge it, right? Even though like One Piece is available and you can binge it. I don't have that kind of time to invest in that. I'm sorry, exactly. I don't. Yeah, I just don't.
On as long as some soap operas at this point. It's
for real, man. For real.
I mean, granted, I'm only like 2 or 3 seasons behind now because I caught up last year. So, but it's just like even then, it's like anyone who wants to start now. It's kind of like one of those. It's like putting up the Katniss Everdeen sign is like, may the odds ever be in your favor if you want to stick with it.
Right. So Krusty and L, do you guys got anything to add?
I'm so excited about Cowboy Bebop. I'm looking forward to that. That's what I'm looking forward to, because I love Cowboy Bebop. I love it. I've been watching it for years, and mostly in like reruns and whatnot. But still, it's like one of my favorite anime shows ever.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. It is. Now, are you worried? Go ahead, GQ. Go ahead.
No, you're probably going to say the same thing. I want to know who's going to be playing the main character.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask that, but that is a good question. Who is going to play Spike?
I also am interested, but I mean, I'll see when.
No, bump that. Who's going to play Faye Valentine? Who's going to play Faye Valentine?
In all honesty, their best. Go ahead.
For Cowboy Bebop, I'm more interested in who's going to be doing the music, because that's kind of
good question.
That's cool.
Good question. Because there presents an opportunity for Yoko Kanno to become more widely known to American audiences doing a Cowboy Bebop revival. I think that could be pretty cool. You're right. That's a very good point.
I would tell you that song is stolen. So.
What do you mean stolen?
That song is stolen. Like the tank is a copy of another song. So sorry to say. I wish Dido's in the chat. I think he can tell us more about it. But that song is not an original. She didn't make that completely on her own. So
it's like a cover.
More about it than I do. Yeah,
it's like a cover.
She basically did a cover. She you know how like you sample. She sampled like 50% of that song. So it's like that song basically is a glorified cover. Dido can tell you more because he looked more into the history of it, because his uncle is a jazz musician. But
interesting.
Yeah, but he could tell you a lot more about it. But that song is essentially as a stolen, glorified cover, and she gets so much credit for it, even though that song came from somebody.
I mean,
else.
she gets credit for that, but she is a very brilliant music producer in Japan. A lot of her albums are really, really good. Like, she scored countless other anime besides just Cowboy Bebop. So don't get it twisted. She's good.
I'm not saying that she's not good. I'm just saying that song that so many.
I hear you.
Because again, when you think her. That's one of the first songs everybody thinks about.
You're right.
So that's, again, it's not taking that away from her rest of her work, but that particular song that she is so well known for is a borrowed song. But as far as Faye, Ruby Rose would have been probably your best chance, but she's already playing back.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know if She's too androgynous to me to be Faye Valentine. That's just my take on it.
Faye is always depicted, at least in the anime, as a very wafy looking woman that just happens to be facially attractive.
Okay, all right. I can see it.
Fan art,
I can see it.
She is more filled out and more curvy, but in the actual anime, she's actually not that curvy. So
I can see it. I can see it. You're right. So beyond just the anime offerings, right? Netflix also announced that they're gonna make new shows based on the Roald Dahl story universe. So we're talking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, we're talking BFG, we're talking Matilda, the Twits, and a whole bunch of other characters, and they're all gonna come to Netflix. Now, does anybody got any feelings about those? Like, I never watched James and the Big Peach, or I never watched the BFG or anything like that, so I'm not really as up on the Roald Dahl stories. I didn't really read them all as a kid. I think Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was the only one that I did. But any thoughts on Netflix acquiring those properties for original series?
That's just weird. Why would they make an original series on stuff that's on those type? I don't know. That just sounds weird. I don't know how I feel about that either.
I didn't even hear about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I missed that news, but
yeah.
But the thing is, like, James and the Giant Peach. Like, James and the Giant Peach is something I think they shouldn't touch. Like, to me, that was definitely one of those, like, underappreciated gems that came out. So it's like, I don't know about them, like, revamping that into something else. Not really sure how I feel about BFG either, because, like, I saw the film for it. I don't know. The movie was boring to me. So, I don't know. Like,
Matilda?
That's kind of like... No. Well, Matilda. See, okay. I honestly really don't want them to touch that one either. But what say do we have?
Right. So. Come on, man. You know they got to remake everything, okay? And nothing is sacred anymore. Nothing is sacred.
If they really want to do something interesting, and real quick, James out of the chat said that Bebop with lame music wouldn't be Bebop. So he's absolutely 100% right. If they want to do something with some of the old tales, they need to go back and retell a lot of these fairy tales in their original format, in their original way. Do it on the Netflix, could be more mature, more violent, more dark, like it's supposed to be. If they want to do that, I might actually subscribe to Netflix. But for them to just go back and redo these
no way.
No.
I can never see it
like James and the Giant Peach and all that. It's already been done. The DreamWorks, Disney, every other company has already done these. So what else are you going to do? Even like something like Once Upon a Time, like that was really well done because it delved into a lot of the lore. No, it was done. It was good. I don't care what you're saying. It jumped into the lore of a lot of those fairy tale stories, beyond what Disney shows you or beyond what you see in the cartoon adaptations. So I would like to see a Netflix dark version of some of these stories.
To back up that point, it's hard for me to look at Peter Pan the same way again after that show. That whole concept of Peter Pan just really, they turned that on its head completely. I'm like, I can't even look at this the same way anymore.
The original Peter Pan was a messed up story. So, I mean,
if you really look at it, yeah. Like,
wants to be a little boy forever? No, sir. No. There's all sorts of things that come with being grown. You gotta grow up, man. So I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind being 25 for the rest of my life, maybe, but I don't want to be no little boy for the rest of my life. That's
well, I'm still waiting for more Avatar news. I know next year they start production. I'm still
keeping that tight-lipped.
Wait a minute. Whoa. What?
You didn't talk about that?
No, we're a live action Avatar show, I think.
No, stop it. No, stop it. Stop it.
No. Look, hold on before you go any further, Ken. The original producers from the original animated show are a part of this production team.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Hold on. So you're not holding out for an Attack on Titan something?
Oh no.
Because that was her go-to show. She loved that show. She was all about it. Attack on Titan.
No.
That's true. Well, maybe she finally saw that live action. Hey, Krystal, did you see that live action film?
No, I don't even watch Japanese live action anime movies anymore. I'm probably.
Really? What was the last one you watched then, huh? What was the one that turned you off?
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
That's fair. That's
fair. That is very fair.
It wasn't terrible, but
Netflix garbage. Like.
So what about Bleach? Did you see Bleach? Bleach was actually pretty good.
I didn't see the Bleach live action.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It was actually pretty good. Let's see. It was actually pretty good. Yeah, you should watch it. Definitely. You should definitely watch that. So final thoughts before we move on to the next thing. Guys, go ahead. So she brought up the concerns about not wanting to watch live action anime. Do we have any concerns about Cowboy Bebop falling into the same trap?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope not. I really, really hope not. I hope they don't ruin it and mess it up. But I mean, it's kind of hard to mess up Cowboy Bebop because most of their stuff takes place in space. So they're most of the time they're on the spaceship. So and they're stopping in different places. I don't understand how you can mess that up. That's pretty.
It's not. Hold on. It's not so much that you can. It's not so much that you can mess it up. It's that it's going to seem a little bit like Firefly.
That is a pretty fair comparison.
Have you guys seen Benadryl Cucumber Patch cosplaying as Spike? I think that's
Benadryl Cucumber. What?
I saw that.
Here's the thing.
He actually looked pretty good.
He does. However,
I think that would be a good acting. I think that would be a good actor to choose.
Hold on.
No.
You do realize that the master of all media is in control of his contract for a little bit, and he might be busy because if they can lock down Tom Hiddleston and Elizabeth Olsen for some of whatever they're doing on their streaming services, they can throw whatever chunk of change they got to throw towards Benedict Cucumbers anytime. So let's just be real. He is not going to be made available unless Netflix puts down an insane amount of money.
Yeah, that's a point.
That's probably money they don't have right now. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Good point.
All right, so let's leave it there. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Aquaman early reviews are starting to come out, and they're overwhelmingly positive. A lot of people some people are calling it the best DC movie since The Dark Knight. That is probably incredible hyperbole, but odds are that Aquaman is tracking for a big opening. They actually even are saying that it might make $100, be the first $100 opening movie since June, putting it ahead of Venom and a bunch of other movies that have come out since then. But my question to you all is, what'll be the best holiday film of 2018 that'll make the most money? Because we got Aquaman, we got Bumblebee, we've got Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. So which one do you think, guys, is going to make which one is the best one, is the one that has got your vote to making the most money this holiday season? I'll drop it and let's go.
Good question. Why are you setting the bar under the floor?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, stop. No, I'm just going off of what was reported. Now, I'm just saying that.
No. We all heard it, didn't we? The first $100 weekend opening. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what they said. Is since June. They're saying Aquaman's going to be the first one. So they're saying not even Into the Spider-Verse, because Spider-Verse comes out before Aquaman. They're saying Aquaman's going to make.
You basically set the bar at the Earth's core on that one because.
Well, look, I'm just look, man. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reporting what's been put out there. You're
not listening to what you're saying. That's what the problem is.
I'm just saying.
100 million.
Yeah, it might be 100 million, maybe what you meant, but $100.
Oh, did I say $100? I said 100. Oh, sorry. I meant 100. Sorry, dog. Sorry. I meant 100 million. My bad. Anyway, you know what I meant. Go ahead. Right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm pretty positive that Aquaman is going to make it this season. And I mean, it has them all. What's not to like?
I hear you, but you got to be more than that. It's got to be more than that.
Let's be honest.
I mean,
Bumblebee's garbage.
Honestly, I'm already putting Bumblebee in third place.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I like as promising as that movie looks. For it to be a holiday release, that's like one of those movies that's gonna feel a little off kilter for like a holiday release. But granted, it's Transformers, you know, all that stuff. But people are gonna be lukewarm going into this movie, especially after how, what was it, the last night was the last one, like how that one performed.
Ugh, yeah.
With this, so I can see people being really lukewarm about that movie when it comes out. Like I'm gonna see it because it looks promising, but it's the competition is really gonna be between Into the Spider-Verse and Aquaman. Like, but Aquaman is looking like it may be the victor, but kind of have to wait and see because you know, I mean,
because it's DC.
Because it's DC. Got the machismo thing going, so
because it's DC, right? That's why you're saying that. You only saying that because it's DC, right?
Not necessarily.
That's why you're saying that. So GQ, what do you think about what do you think about critics saying it's the best DC movie since The Dark Knight? What do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Are these the same critics that said Batman v Superman was great when they were on the early screenings?
Probably. Probably. Probably.
So,
great. Y'all some haters for real.
What'd you say? Wait a minute. Stop. Wait, what did you say?
Let them have Martha v. Martha, as Big Pimp calls it. That's fine. My question is, how many times are we going to let the same critics say that this is the best whatever, and then just keep letting it slide? You know what I'm saying? It's just like those people that be calling the cops for, you know, black folks, you know, barbecuing and whatnot. How many times are we going to just keep letting it slide? So there has to be a point where we just say, it's great that you guys think that. We're going to go ahead and see the movie, and then we'll give our opinion. Because you can say, you keep saying it's the best thing since sliced bread, and I've had sliced bread, and it's not all that special. So I'm gonna need y'all to come with something a little bit better than the best DC movie since The Dark Knight, because technically The Dark Knight isn't owned and isn't part of you guys' thing. It's something that Nolan said, this is my slice of heaven over here. You guys toil away with whatever you guys gonna do over there, because he don't even put his name on DC stuff no more. So you can't keep claiming that because it's not your thing. That's somebody else's thing that just happened to use one of your characters.
So you say all that to say Aquaman's going to take the cake?
Over what? Spider-Man?
Over Spider-Man and Bumblebee?
Here's the thing. Aquaman has had a year to hype itself. And Spider-Verse is like, it's a cartoon. At the end of the day, it's still a cartoon. So, and it's a cartoon that doesn't say Disney presents or DreamWorks presents.
Oh, this is the Disney bias. This is the Disney bias playing against it.
It has nothing to do with Disney bias. It's fact. Look at any Disney release. Look at any DreamWorks release. Those animated films do well. You suddenly step outside and you just, somebody just throwing an animated film out there. The numbers are not there. I'm sorry, they're just not. It's you can go back through all of film history. Those three studios, animated films are the ones that make dollars. Everybody else that just tries to come in with the little side projects. Remember that there might even been a DreamWorks feature that actually that fell off. That one 9 where you had that little sack.
Oh,
yeah. I think that was DreamWorks. Yeah. That was DreamWorks going way outside of their wheelhouse, and all of a sudden you bring this out and it's like, what is this crap? There's certain things when they're animated that there's a certain formula that you got to follow. And usually it starts with putting a Disney, DreamWorks, or Pixar in front of whatever the name of the movie is. So they haven't done that, and they're not going to be doing that with Spider-Verse. So it's going to struggle. I don't care what you guys want to say about that. It's just a fact. Bumblebee, the only reason I'm going to go see that is because I saw G1 Optimus sound.
Yes. Yes.
That's the only thing that's going to get me into that movie theater. That's the only thing. Other than that, I do not care. Because
not going for John Cena?
No, heck yeah, you can't say you're gonna have some dude like some uniform floating around. I ain't worried about that. You cannot tell me that this essentially isn't them trying to rehash that little girl running around with squeaks out of Transformers last night into an entire movie. Because essentially they pushed that in there as hard as they could.
Yeah, they
girl
did.
Power. No problem with girl power. It's fine, but they pushed that in there. Right. It didn't fit, and it didn't really stick. So now they're trying to, okay, we got to get this really done right, and we're going to do it the right way. So that's what they're trying to do with Bumblebee. I think Aquaman takes it only because of the fact that you got a whole bunch of people like Elle and Krusty that are going to go see this movie because of Momoa Pex. There you go.
Momoa Pex.
So, hold on. Because I'm not going to see, I actually want to see what it looks like, not for Jason Momoa, but my honest opinion is I think Spider-Verse might take it for two reasons. One, everybody has kind of been waiting for Miles Morales to kind of come out and get on the big screen, even in this, even though it's a animated movie. I'm super excited about that. And then it's coming off the heels of the Spider-Man game, which has been blowing up, in the game world. So I'm thinking that Spider-Verse might actually take it and DC come in second initially. Now, long term, it will probably be Aquaman, but initially, I think Spider-Verse movie is gonna take it.
Over Momoa Pex.
Over Momoa Pex. I love that.
I mean, the only thing that's really driving the Spider-Verse film, obviously, is because it's Spider-Man. It's not being driven because it's Sony Animated Pictures. That's for sure.
That's for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, it's going to be a busy holiday season for sure. But, Tony Young was over on YouTube, and he actually said he saw something on YouTube, another podcaster or another video producer put out there, said that they said the critics are projecting that Spider-Verse is going to get slammed in the theaters. I don't see that possibly happening. I just don't think it's going to outdo Aquaman.
When does it come out?
It comes out on December 14th.
I think.
No, it's a week before. December 14th. Yeah, December 14th.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you're right. My bad.
All right, so it's got a week to do its thing.
Mm-hmm. Then Aquaman comes up.
And then you're going to get a flood of women getting their tickets to go see Aquaman. I'll be 100% real with y'all. You're going to get, again, Elle is right. You're going to get your black families that be like, oh man, it's Miles Morales. He's a black Spider-Man. Even though he's got that last name Morales, he probably means he's like from the south side of Detroit. So he's probably actually Latino black, but whatever. He's black enough for us. We're going to go see that movie. That's cool. You're gonna get the people that do that. It's not gonna be them black. It's not gonna be them Black Panther numbers. That's what I was going to say. However, there are a heck of a lot more of y'all that are gonna go see Aquaman for Momoa Pex versus the black people that's gonna take
Momoa Pex. I love it though. Momoa Pex. I love that. Love that.
I'm just saying. This is the truth. He appeals to white, black, Latino, Samoan, Hawaiian, even though that's still American, South American, Japanese. This is like women all around the world is waiting to see this man shirtless for 90% of this movie. They probably gonna be pissed when he get that orange outfit. That
probably
so
pretty
let's just
true.
be real. There's a lot of women that are going to go see Aquaman. Period. So that movie is going to perform well. Is it going to be a good movie? Probably not. Because all it is, according to its trailer, is Black Panther with Aquaman.
Boo this man. Boo this man. Come on, man. Boo this man. But hey, look, to bolster his point, Aquaman has already beaten the pre-sale tickets record of Avengers Infinity War, so
yeah, and that's weird too. That's weird too.
What's weird about that? What's weird about it?
Because it's a DC movie over Infinity War. Like seriously, that's just.
Wait a minute! Stop! Wait a minute! Stop! I know you not. You being the cheerleader of Batman vs Superman is not saying it's weird for a DC film to be up over a Marvel film. Get out of here! What?
No, what I'm saying is.
Explain yourself.
What
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying is. Okay, so all BS aside, I know I troll a lot with the Batman versus Superman. I do, but all BS aside, Infinity War was like this major event in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we have this offshoot movie. Like it's like Wonder Woman didn't do better than Infinity. Like I don't expect this to do better than Infinity. Like hell no. What really? Hell no. Like I even with Momoa Pex, as you say, I still don't even. It's just weird to even. It was weird to read because I was like, how? Like I mean, how?
You want to know how they got them ticket sales? I'll let y'all know a little secret. I was out shopping with a lady friend of mine a couple weeks ago, and we walked past Victoria's Secrets. And on the way past Victoria's Secrets, the girl was trying to, get us into the store, and she was like, "Look, if you buy like 3 of our little, the little spritz sprays thing that got Midnight Passion or whatever they call them sprays, if you buy 3 of those, you get a free Aquaman ticket." So
what? Get out of here! No, man. No, man. No, don't buy that. No way. No. No. I ain't buying that for a second, man. No, man. No, man. That's no, man. That's no. I ain't buying that for a second, man. No way. Good, nice try though. Yeah, nice try. Nice try. So anyway, guys, we'll see what takes the cake. It's going to be a very eventful holiday season. But we're going to move on to the next topic. The next topic is something that's very near and dear to my heart, personally, because I'm such a Superman fan. But Rocksteady Studios, excuse me, has been long rumored to be creating a Superman video game, and rumor has resurfaced after E3 came and went, and there was no announcement. Rumors have finally resurfaced that an announcement is imminent because of what a user found on the site Game System Requirements. Now, let me break it down to you what was heard. A new listing appeared on Game System Requirements under the heading Superman World's Finest, and the developer was listed as Rocksteady Studios. Now, what does that mean? Game System Requirements is Game System Requirements is a website where for the currently rumored games usually end up popping up, like Devil May Cry 5 was announced, was put up there earlier this year, and exactly 1 month later, the actual announcement came out that it was actually a real thing. And there's a lot of credence that says that this is going to be an actual thing, that Rocksteady is really going to announce this game. And a lot of people saying they're going to do it at the Game Awards, which is going to be streaming next weekend. So I want to ask you guys, how dope would this be? And it being Superman World's Finest, that implies that Batman is going to be a part of this game, possibly continuing the Arkham storyline, which is going to be hard, seeing as how at the end of Arkham Knight, Bruce Wayne is dead, Batman is no more. Spoiler alert. But what do you think about this announcement that there's going to be a Superman game finally coming? And how exactly what would we want a Superman game to be? Your thoughts?
Well, it certainly has to be. It has to be open world. That's just a no-brainer. It has to be open world, because if it was like any indication of how at least explorative Arkham Knight was, it would make sense to do this with Superman. Now, granted, it would have to be on a much bigger scale. So maybe it's like he could like have missions in different cities, like most of the different cities where like the other heroes live or whatever. Like he'll help the Flash in Central City, go to Gotham to help Batman really quick, or go to DC to help Wonder Woman or whatever have you. So because like is lackluster a game as Superman Returns was, there was still like a potential foundation for it to be a really good game, but because it was licensed or whatever, it just got bogged down with like whatever else. So if it's like anything like that, where you could literally fly across the world or whatever and do different missions or whatever, and like that would be a really, really big and grand game. Like if they decide to do that with Superman. So if they're able to like put that much resources into making a Superman game to that extent, like it'll definitely take the top spot as like potentially take the top spot as best superhero game of all time. But that's what I would look for in a Superman game.
Krusty, you play video games. Would you be interested in a Superman game, and how would that take shape for you if you were to make one? She there? I don't know. She was having connection problems, so I don't know if she's there.
She might not.
Yeah, she's not there.
I think she stepped away from me.
Yeah, she did. LGZ, what do you think?
Unpopular opinion. I don't think they should make a Superman game, but that's just me.
Okay, I need to hear this. Why?
Why?
I mean,
you don't like Superman?
No, I mean, yes. No. Wait. Let me try and fill in the blanks. She lacks the imagination to possibly conceptualize how you can make a Superman game in today's day and age. It would be too boring. In other words, right?
No, not at all. I just feel like, how do I say this tactfully?
Don't say it tactfully. Be blunt. Just come out with it. Just say it.
I just, not that it would be a boring game, or not that they would have a storyline. I just like how many we've already like. I'm looking for the next step or the next iteration of this. Like I mean, there's so many other, and I know we talked about this once before. There are, when we especially think about X-Men, so many character storylines we could do in X-Men, but they still focus on Wolverine for 20-some years. Like, what else is out there?
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
Is there other stuff that we can do and make video games and make them cool? Because they all have their own story and they all want to be told, like, can we do new stuff, or do we have to kind of...
And that's fair. That is fair. I will grant you that, and I agree with you, because when we look in the lexicon of comic book video games in the past, they've typically been, centered around maybe 3 main characters. We got Batman, we got Spider-Man, and Superman. We haven't really had a really good Thor game. We haven't had a good Captain America game. I mean, we had a decent one, but we haven't had we had a good Wolverine game too. But, there's so many other characters that don't get a shine. But here's the thing, right? We've never actually had a video game that really achieved the goal of personifying Superman that we've ever gotten, like we got in the Arkham Asylum games, like we got with this latest Spider-Man game. Like, literally, that is the perfect, representation of Spider-Man that we've ever seen in digital form. Now, the other thing they say is that this Superman game, rumored, is going to be on the next gen systems. So we won't even see it this generation. They'll be developing it for the next systems, and it might end up being the cornerstone game to sell between both systems, because we know Rocksteady doesn't develop just for Xbox or PlayStation. They develop for both. So I say that to say, a lot of people think that making a Superman game and doing it right is impossible. They're saying that there's no way that they could possibly pull off the complexity of being someone that powerful, and make a story around him be that good, and make it that compelling for people really to want to buy it. And I say, if there's any studio that could probably rise to the challenge of doing something like that, Rocksteady would be the one. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, but see, again, the reason that it's being billed as Superman World's Finest is because they need their crutch in the game.
Yeah, that's the other thing that that's the other thing that bothers me about that. Yes, you're right.
Because again, let's just be real. And Johnny Patton brought up a great point. A Justice League game done in the Arkham style would work. Because Superman as a character is overpowered and boring. Let's just be real. The most compelling thing about the character in the past 78 years of his existence is that he got killed by getting beaten to death. Other than that, what does anybody ever really know about Superman other than he's basically almost indestructible and a magic rock hurts him? The character, for a video game standpoint, is boring as hell. Look at Superman Returns. You had to hurt this character, to kill this character, so you lose turns. If you did too much damage to the city, that's how you died. That's how overpowered this guy is. That's like, to me, that's annoyingly boring, and that's inherently boring. The dude has heat vision. Any bank robber dead instantly. If I'm in control, the entire city is getting nuked by this dude. Like, the dude is just ridiculously powerful. So to make that a challenging game, you can't unless you handicap him somehow. And that's what Superman 64 had him flying through rings and
don't ever bring that game up again.
Again, it's an example of why that character can never get a game that makes any sense, because he's too powerful.
And I hear you.
It's like, okay, write me a character or write me something in a game that is going to make this game an interesting challenge to me. Because so far, the way it's been done, it's always been Metallo needs to show up and you're under kryptonite influence, or you got to get tokens to use your powers, or you can only do so much damage to the city before the game resets itself and you got to play the level over. That's garbage. If the character is the character, I need to have full control of his powers, good and bad. So if you're going to tell me that I can't damage the city when I've seen Man of Steel and I know that this man can put some damn damage on the city and still get the job done, you cannot limit. You can't limit me.
Here's
it needs to be open. It needs to be open, not just open world. It needs to be open universe, because the character is that powerful. I can fly from here to Saturn and go fight on Saturn if I want to.
Now he's being completely unrealistic with it now.
You have characters like Mongol. You should be fighting on War World. You should be doing. If you want to give me a challenge, you have to put him up against the people that can kick his ass. And unless you do that, you're going to basically have a Superman flying around instead of getting balloons like the Spider-Man game. You're going to be flying around getting cats out of trees. So I don't want to do that. I want to be Superman.
All right, so we got Fallen Marvel, and I think Krusty came back and she wanted to say something, or was that you, Al? I don't remember. But
it was based on what GQ was saying. When it was just saying like how, if you have this character or whatever, and you have to like cap him or whatever, then that does make for a boring experience. But it's like I said, with Superman Returns, there was something there that could have potentially been a good game, but because they had to bog it down with that whole city
saving the city,
whatever, that was irritating. But what I think would be cool is if, like, what if they added like an Infamous like mechanic in there? Like, I know it'd be weird. But like, say for instance, if like, if Superman doesn't do this, or he doesn't stop this person, or he stops this catastrophe from happening, then he'll get looked at as something else. And it's like, it'll kind of play with injustice a little, but it'll, like, if you kind of have like that choice to make a good or wrong decision.
And it actually has lasting effects moving forward in the game, almost like some of the Telltale decisions have lasting effects as you move forward with the story. I think that could work. But Krusty, I want to get
not as narrative heavy, but right.
I hear you.
So it's just like, if he has to stop somebody that's like powerful or whatever, but whatever, he caused too much damage in the city, then like the morale in the city, you look at him differently, and and all this, that, and the other. And then they give you choices like during missions or whatever, where you can either do this or you can do that. And, either lead to him being the greatest superhero on earth, to starting the, galactic empire of supers or something. I don't know.
But isn't that the exact same mechanic that they have in the Spider-Man game, where if you do a certain amount of, or basically leave a certain amount of crimes handled, then your meter essentially the city starts turning its opinion against you. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I know my meter would be on instant city hatred, because I'll be destroying everything in sight.
I mean, granted, they haven't done that in Spider-Man. I think was like when Web of Shadows came out. I was like,
they did it in this most recent one,
where they have like a thing where the city looks different at you. But like, I thought that was like just story progression though.
That was story progression. It was.
Yeah, but there's still this city has a view of you as a hero.
I just know where it influenced the actual game though.
I completely get what you're saying. Yeah, because you're tilting it towards, like you said, the Injustice League essentially.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying, or even like
Go ahead, Krusty. What were we gonna say?
I wanted to go off of what Chris was saying earlier about how Superman is all powerful. Like the game would be super boring because it was in Justice League Unlimited, I think, when he was fighting Darkseid. He was explaining, I was I have to have super concentration to not break a door when I open it and stuff. And he's like punching Darkseid, one of the most powerful beings in the universe, through eight what's it called? Buildings. Skyscrapers.
Yeah.
It's just a game like that would just be boring. It's just like when you like how Skyrim was when you're too high of a level and you just murking, and after a while the levels get repetitive. It's just I just think it would be boring from the jump.
Well, I think you can make that argument that a lot of things can get repetitive, and I believe what Insomniac Games did with Spider-Man to make it less repetitive. I mean, sure, a lot of the things were similar, but I never really felt like Spider-Man was too repetitive because, yes, some of the side quests got really repetitive, but none of the real story missions that we had in there, they all felt kind of new and innovative. I never really felt bored with it, and I think Rocksteady might have a good idea to make it so that it's a lot less boring. Because see, now here's something I was going to say earlier to actually hurt him. Yeah, you can have all your powers, but what if you equipped the people you were fighting, like say if it was bad guys or something like that, you equip them with either kryptonite guns or red sun guns that simulate red sun radiation that can, basically hit him and either weaken you or basically, potentially take you down. I think that could be one thing that they could work in there to make it to kind of even the playing field, because you're right. His power level is on a scale to where you literally cannot be stopped, or you shouldn't be able to.
Here's the problem.
That would be pretty wild if every bad guy has like a little bit of kryptonite, though.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. This stuff is supposed to be somewhat greater.
But red sun radiation. Well, red sun radiation would be.
Okay. So now we're giving everybody nuclear suits to wear around because they're carrying around radiation.
Yeah.
So let's be real. Here's the problem. Even if you could do that, guess what? He will just fly into the upper atmosphere, use that super microscopic vision he has.
Oh my gosh!
With his heat vision, anybody that's in an area, because again, you are Superman. You can do what Superman can do. That's the problem with a Superman game. You have to find something that takes away everything that makes him Superman to make the game any type of challenge. The character is insanely overpowered, and that's the problem. That's why I'm always, again, as a kid, liked him because it was like, oh, cool, he can fly. As I got older, it's like, dude, this guy is boring as hell. He has nothing that makes him interesting because nothing really can stop him.
I think if they make like a Sims version, where instead of
a Sims version, what?
Like Clark has to go to the bathroom and Clark has to go get coffee.
What is this?
Oh, this is great.
You want a completely different game.
She wants a Clark Kent simulator.
What is this?
My Clark Kent will be a master in baking.
Oh my god!
Here's the thing. Wait. As crazy as that sounds, she might actually be onto something. Because think about this: if you start off with Superman's day-to-day life as Clark Kent, gotta sit there and act like you're normal. Can't break doors when you touch them and all this other sort of thing. That's the first part of the game. The challenge. You have to it's almost like a puzzle, basically. You got to kind of get through it. And you are rewarded with your godlike Superman powers once a crime or some big event is about to happen. Then you can become Superman and do your thing. But again, the character's too overpowered. I'm sorry.
Someone brought up a good idea in the chat. Like if they base the game, if like a majority of the game, if they based it like if Brainiac came and covered the planet with red solar rays or whatever, like that'd be like most of the game there.
Like, remember that episode of Superman the Animated Series when what's his name, Leitner, I think it was, basically changed the the output of the yellow sun and changed it to red, and Superman was drastically losing his powers. He was like a light-based villain, and he was like beating the crap out of him. He needed kind of Lois and Jimmy's help to beat him. It'd be something like that.
Okay, so now you've given me a game with Superman in name only.
Right, and therein lies part of the problem. You can't do that for the entire game because you bought the game to be Superman, to do Superman things, and if you take that away, you lose the reason for buying the game. So there, I believe in Rocksteady. I feel like they probably have a good idea, a basis. I put my faith in them because hey, they turned out 3 quality Batman games. I mean, the best Batman games we have ever gotten from anybody. They brought them out.
What 3? There's 4 total. So which 3 are you considering the great ones?
I'm considering. Well, to me,
the ones that's not Origins.
Yeah. Well, I liked Origins. That was me. I liked Origins. I liked Origins a lot.
I'm sorry, Knight had a great story, but Origins was
a game. Knight was bogged down by them Batmobile parts, man. I'm sorry. Knight was bogged down by the Batmobile parts. As much as I wanted,
I like the Batmobile parts.
It's too much of it.
Batmobile. No, hold on. I like the Batmobile parts until it turned into platforming. I'm like, dude, I'm in a car. Why?
When it gets to like the Riddler challenges with the thing, then yeah, like I get it. But I mean, like I don't know. Like I really enjoy getting around Gotham, like in that thing. Like
falling. Come on, now let's be real. Hold on. And I know King Takim was in there saying he got spoiled, so there's a little bit of a spoiler coming here. There's a mission in that game. You have to drive the Batmobile down a sewer vertically in the Batmobile. Come on, dude, that's getting ridiculous. They went completely Batman Forever with that thing, driving up the side of a building and all that crap.
Yeah.
They already made Batman the god of DC already as it is. It's not that much of a stretch.
Yeah, I get that, but again. That was annoying. Come on, Batmobile platforming, and I'm in a Batman Arkham game. I'm supposed to be a detective. Detective's not going to drive his car into a sewer and then start driving down the side of sewer walls.
And to me, that was.
I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah, to me, that was the only thing that was missing from those Batman games, at least from Arkham Knight. What I loved about Origins is they actually tried to bring in some of the detective part of Batman. And that was kind of devoid of anywhere in like any of the other games. That's what I like most about Origins. They try to actually introduce that element, and Knight was just like, we're not going to bother with that at all. We're not even going to put that in there. Fair. So that was literally the only thing missing to me about any of those Batman games. He never felt like he was actually ever working a case. Like he was actually trying to solve a crime or anything like that.
Ella and Krystal are having the most insane conversation in the chat. They don't know why they just bring it to the show because this is hilarious. They literally started off saying, can Superman fight Thanos in a game, but you got to make Thanos thick. And Krystal, when Thanos shows up in the game, she's gonna ask for a refund. So.
Oh my God!
Thanos in a white beater with the cheeks.
Oh, stop it! Stop it!
Hold on.
Be wearing coochie cutters too.
Hold on.
Yeah.
How you all of a sudden talking about Thanos is like he's like some sex symbol? I know Josh Brolin played him and all that. He got that voice. He got that voice and everything. But I could have sworn everybody was mad about him being light skinned all of a sudden compared to
he was. Yeah, they was.
So all of a sudden, Thanos.
Please, you haven't seen the fan artwork with him with the Infinity Cod piece on?
Thanos has gone through a couple of different phases of skin. Now, let's be real. He was deep dark purple. he was Africa dark black purple, and at the end of Avengers, and then all of a sudden in Guardians of the Galaxy he lightened up a little bit. And in Age of Ultron he was hella light. Yeah. I don't know how he was like mega light, and then
he was really light, man. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was really light. That didn't make no sense.
I go back to my original defense of that because the color he is in Infinity War is absolutely perfect. Because you can see all the nuance in his face. If he would have been that super dark purple,
like he was in Avengers,
yeah, you would have missed out on some detail, in my opinion.
I agree. Yep. I agree. But no, I put my trust in Rocksteady. I think they're gonna turn out a quality product. If it actually ends up turning out to be true, I'll be waiting with bated breath to find out exactly what it's gonna be like. But yeah, I just think a Superman game is long overdue, and it's like almost it's as close to the holy grail of superhero games as we'll get, because I think every other hero, with the exception of Green Lantern, with every other hero could, well, the Green Lantern and the Flash. I don't think there's any conceivable way you can make a good Flash solo video game. I just don't think so.
That would be hard. That would be extraordinarily hard.
Yeah, I just don't think that you know, it'd be impossible. That to me, I think Superman is about the closest to the holy grail of perfection of a video game that you could get. Like, if you pull that off, you deserve all the awards. Like, really, you deserve all the awards. If you can pull that off and make a great video game on the level of like Spider-Man and the Arkham games, if you can do that with Superman, I mean, you've really done something. You really have. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Hold on, there's a request in the chat. I guess Rusty and L can take this one. Thanos swimsuit calendar. Would y'all put them in? How y'all dressing them?
Oh God!
I'm telling you, cowboy boots and coochie cutters.
Oh Jesus!
And coochie cutters.
No, so make a comeback.
Cowboy boots. That must be a Florida thing. Them cowboy boots. Keep saying cowboy boots.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Man, Krusty, we missed you, man. You really set this show off with some of your Fallen Marvel. I told you, didn't I? I did not tell you.
I mean, look, you gave me forewarning.
I did. She's probably outdone herself already.
I'm with it. It's we in here. We in here and just ruining images for a lot of people watching right now. I'm cool.
She does that. She loves doing that. She loves perverting people's childhoods. Go ahead.
Johnny Patton said, "Take a racing game and replace with Flash characters, and you got profit."
The hell no way.
Oh my God.
No way.
Like, how many speeches?
It worked for Mario. It worked for Mario. You said put
but like Mario is more nostalgic. Mario's more nostalgic. I don't know if they could do that with the Flash.
You can't do that with Flash.
Around longer than Mario.
No, but I'm saying, like, I think when we, like Mario was better baited for the racing game. Like, that's very kiddie. I don't think, because the Flash is like too adult, I think.
First of all, we could go another 20 years without Mario and no one would know the difference. We have too many Mario games.
You're talking a little blasphemy there, my friend. You hurting some people's sweat.
Mario Kart didn't really get interesting until Luigi started giving him that side eye.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Right.
Mario Kart's profits went up when Luigi got that side eye in there. It was like, it
was great. Great.
Luigi is gonna kill him one of these days.
Right. So we're officially now. We're close to the countdown for Christmas. We got what? I think we got 4 weeks now until Christmas arrives. We're gonna have a lot to talk about moving forward. We hope you all will join us on the ride. We're gonna be here every week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central Time. Invite all your friends back. We had a great turnout. We want to thank everybody that joined us tonight. You all had a lot of fun, didn't we? I know I did. You guys had a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I personally would have more fun when Luigi changes his last name. Steps out on his own.
Instead, stop being Luigi Mario and becomes his own man. I feel you.
Come on, like, is that like legitimately their real names? Like,
that's what I hear.
It's Mario, and Luigi.
Luigi Mario.
No, we're not. We're not going by the live action film.
Mario is that conceited where he like made sure his name was the first and last name for him, and Luigi has no choice but to walk around and reference his brother at all times.
Yeah.
You know what? They should probably reboot that movie. That might be.
Now you really talking crazy.
It's actually supposed to be getting an animated film of that, I think.
I mean a live action reboot.
Okay,
no,
we don't. No, we don't.
Hold on. She might be onto something. If you do it with live action, because Lou Albano is dead and Bob Hoskins are dead. So who's gonna be Mario? Who's gonna be Luigi?
Just don't do this. Don't
Mario.
do this.
No. Please no.
Don't do this.
Come on, Cletus. Come on. I'm waiting.
Don't do this.
We're not doing live action casting for Mario.
Just don't do this.
Because we have the live action cast.
We'll have to do it another time.
We'll do it next week then.
We'll save it for another time. Yeah, we'll join.
Let's put it in the group and see. Let's put it in the group.
All right, be on the lookout for that in the group, guys. Yeah. So anyway, guys, we'll be back next week. We hope you enjoyed the show. For my fellow guests, Father Marvel, GQ, LGZ, and the returning Krusty, I'm Kishiro. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Later, y'all. Goodness. Didn't
no one call for no live action Marvel.